Ryan, would you lead us on the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We've called this special meeting to notify the taxpayers of Plymouth that we as a select board regret the way that the information was handled, that there was no explanation in the tax bill. From a standpoint of budgets, Val Scarborough for 2 years and Mike Conklin for 2 years had suggested that the town was going to have to go up probably $2 per thousand valuation because we had used reserves to offset increases and to keep the tax rate down. These were things we were going to need to do. As an explanation of how the tax bills got out before an explanation form was put in, we received notification on October 20th. The tax rate was received. The select board approved that rate on October 23rd. Then we notified a DRA. The state, again, sets the tax rate, not the select board. The state set the tax rate. We did not have funds to offset, as we have in the past, to reduce the tax rate. At that point, the tax collector on October 26th printed up the tax bills and mailed them out on the 28th. The town had planned to meet on the 30th to discuss the tax rate, come up with a narrative to show the townspeople where the changes had occurred and the reason. In the meantime, unbeknown to us, the tax bills were mailed that Saturday. We had the storm come in Monday night. We canceled that meeting. And between that Monday and that Wednesday, the tax bills were received by the individuals. The selectmen also, I was not prepared, and I don't think the selectmen were. We knew we had a tax increase. However, we were going to work on some narrative to explain it to the people. The breakdown of the tax rate, the town went from $8.74 to $11.06, which was up $2.32 per thousand. Last year, the budget committee was suggesting that we were going to have to increase, as well as I said, Mike Conklin and Val Scarborough, that we were going to have an increase in the town. And they were looking at around $2. We ended up at $2.32. The county went from $1.85 to $1.96. The county went up 11 cents per thousand valuation. The schools went from $12.17 to $14.10, an increase of $1.93 per thousand. We had a meeting this past week. Talking to Mike Halloran, they knew that there was going to be an increase, but they felt like they were going to get revenue from the state to offset this. The school did not get the revenue to offset this additional expense, thus creating the additional tax burden that even the select board was not anticipating. We felt like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, that we were looking at a $2 increase, which, again, the select board had, and previous chairman had warned the town. The state went from 241 to 244, up 3 cents per thousand, thus coming to a rate of $29.58, with a tax increase of $4.39.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair.
Yes,
The town's increase was $2.32.
what did I say?
You said 272?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. The town increase was 232 per thousand. Some people have talked to us about, okay, are we increasing our budget? Are we spending more money? And that is not the case. It is not a matter of spending. It's a matter of revenue. The town is down approximately $900,000 in anticipated revenue. The previous year, the town budget was $4,000,008 approximately, and due to grants and other revenue that we were able to generate, the department heads were able to turn back about $400,000. So again, it's a matter of revenue and not additional spending. Several of the items that accounted for this, we had a highway block grant of $127,000. This was money that the town should have been getting, approximately $170,000 over the past 4 years. We got about $135,000, $140,000. They made this up in a highway block grant. However, rather than us being able to use this as revenue, it was designated. They put 10 or 11 restrictions on it, and we were not able to consider this as revenue since it was designated for a specific purpose. During the past year, we've had about $195,000 in abatements. Again, this affects our anticipated revenue. Then we had the suit from Mid-State for the town. The town lost. We lost approximately $65,000 in tax revenue, and as part of the agreement, the town had to return approximately $220,000 to Mid-State. Again, this is a reduction of revenue that was not anticipated. Then we also had approximately $485,000 from Highland Street from North Country Council, in the state grant. We were anticipating, we were told we were, we were the number one, and this did not come to fruition. Again, another decrease in anticipated revenue. And when you look at these items, you're looking at approximately $900,000. And the town, again, we look at our town assessment, 2011, it was $446 million. 2017, $434 million. So these are, again, we've had from 2010 to 2016, our tax rate went from 2009 to 2517 per thousand, which were small increments, 75, 80 cents a year. Again, we apologize that the taxpayers got the bills without an explanation. If you have any questions, you can, everybody I think knows who the selectmen are. You can call us, you can come by the town. But again, it's not additional spending. It is a decrease in revenue. And these are items that you can plan for, but to the tune of $900,000, we cannot make that up. So again, we regret the large increase. Again, the town was 230, and the 219 was the balance of the state, county, and the school. Do I have any comments from any of the other? Paul?
I know there'll be a debate whether the selectmen set the tax rate. It happens in a lot of towns. You provide the math, and if you can offset the tax rate, you do. But then you give the math to the Department of Revenue. The Department of Revenue takes that and the information that they get from your auditor, and then they tell you what the tax rate's gonna be. Then you accept it. And even now, that's not required. So you can, it's semantics, you can play with the word on whether you really set the tax rate. They kind of let you be part of it, but not like it used to be years ago.
Regardless, we're still a face in front of that tax bill. So, and
So our face is on the envelope.
And I just want to say that I've gotten several, comments from different people that had different complaints. One was, it was quite the surprise. Another was from a property owner or property management company that their increase in $17,000, they indicated it might cost an employee his job. So, there's that kind of, thing that's going on as well. And as you indicated, it's a revenue issue. It's not a budget issue.
Right.
And one of the ways out of this is to, take advantage of what we have to offer, which right now we're looking at several projects out on Tenny Mountain Highway. Whether they come to fruition is another thing, but at least, that would be a way out of this, kind of like pretty high increase for this year.
And with that said, we did get several people come to the town hall and wanted to know with McDonald's and the bank and the hotel out there and the liquor store, why they didn't bring in extra revenue. They did to around $75,000, but we lost $220,000 on the other end on abatements on Tenny Mountain Corridor.
Okay, anybody else have any comments?
I'd just like to state that there's a lot of uncertainty for the state DOT due to the fact that the Congress and the federal government has not come out with a highway bill, and that just leaves everybody in limbo. That's where a lot of funding is anticipated, and people are just waiting to see what Congress is going to do.
Okay, Brian, do you?
Yeah, I'd just like to add that if there are any more questions, or if you want to see something in front of you, to go to the town website, Town of Plymouth, and we have an explanation right on the homepage.
All right. Thank you. Paul, do you have anything else to add?
Not really.
Okay. All right, well, we need to go into a non-public session, so thank you, taxpayers of Plymouth, and if you need any further explanation, contact us at your convenience. Thank you.
I make a motion to go into non-public.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.